I want to help you improve your mental health. I know your struggles. I know how hard it is to have a clean diet when the most affordable food and the tastiest food as well is the worst one for you. I know how hard it is to maintain a clarity of your mind when you've got the worst possible source of dopamine in your right pocket or perhaps in your left pocket if you're not like me at all. You can just pull it out any moment of the day and keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling for hours. And any of the natural needs you normally have to bond to people, to make progress in life, they're just covered by this weird fog, this brain fog. The world is designed in such a way to keep our mental health as bad as possible. And from a place of bad mental health, all sorts of issues arise like depression, like anxiety, like not being able to integrate in the community and talk to other people, like not even having a fit body and a healthy body, healthy organs. All of these things arise from this one single source, which is the mental health. So by treating the mental health, we have such a better chance to improve every other area of life. And through content like this, I want to provide sort of like a helping hand for you. I want you to see the things I'm going through on a daily basis, my struggles, the decisions I'm taking to maintain my mental health as high as possible. And I want to give you raw advice like this, like the talking head videos, but I also want to give you some frames from my day-to-day life because I really think this is going to help bring a human element to this content, to this type of content. If you're not careful, it's really easy to fall into depression and anxiety because the world is just designed that way. But it's also easy to not fall into these traps if your schedule is busy enough. We're in summertime now. Summertime is one of the best times to have your schedule stacked with activities. And this is exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to experience as many things as possible. I'm trying to spend as little time as possible locked up inside my room. I'm trying to go out there, to go on runs, to go try new sports, for example. I recently tried this sport called squash, which is basically playing tennis with the wall. And it's really, really intense. I really liked it. I really had fun. I went with a couple of friends and tried it. They taught me the rules, and activities like this, like really simple activities, will elevate your mental health immensely, and they elevate your physical health as well. Like sports is one of the best activities you can do because, like, especially now in the summertime, like when can you even find a better time to do sports rather than summer? Summer is meant for you to go out there. And when you go out there, when you create this schedule that is stacked with activities, you are so less likely to have a bad mental health. Because when you're doing sports, it's really hard to pull out your phone and to start scrolling, right? When you are out for a hike, for example, again, it's really, really hard to eat junk food because you probably don't even have access to food in that environment. So you see, you can design your life to stay away from these habits. I've literally made it a priority for my schedule to be stacked with activities every single day. And it's been like that for a month, a couple of months now. Ever since the warm weather came here in Romania, I try to engage in as many activities as possible. Go on runs, go play football, go play squash, as I said, and table tennis, and hang out with friends, and go for walks, and go in nature. I had such a full day today, but thankfully I found some time to go on a mindful walk. I'm going to the city center now again. There is some festival. I'm gonna meet my mother and my sister. They came to this city. I'm really tired, but it's still not bad enough to keep me from going on this nice walk. and choosing the bus. So yeah, prioritize spending time with yourself.
To let my doubts come and quiet, shh, but soon again.
One of the activities that fills my schedule the most is the gym. I go to the gym 5 times a week and I've been doing that for a few good months. I'm trying to go as often as possible. I really love it. I really want to make progress in that area of my life as well. But yesterday I came back from the office at like 3:50. I got home at like 3:50 roughly, a pretty good time. And I was like, okay, that's perfect. I should go to the gym, but I really didn't feel like going to the gym whatsoever. I was so tired. And I've been going to the gym for like 3 years. So when you're starting some new activity in life, oftentimes you have to force yourself to do that activity because otherwise you will just be lazy and not do it. That's how it is at the beginning of every new journey. But after 3 years of going to the gym, I'm just like, I can listen to my body, right? And if my body doesn't really feel able to go and lift heavy, then I can just take a day off from time to time and it's perfectly fine. But this week it was more of a special week because at the end of the week I was to leave town. So I was just like, it's a very good opportunity for me to go to the gym now because I won't be able to do it later on. And as I lay in my bed for like 10 minutes and struggle with these thoughts and deciding, should I go, should I stay here, I just take a brutal choice to get up and to go to the gym. And it is what it is. Worst case scenario, I'm gonna have a mid workout, but later on I'm not gonna regret it anyway. And this was basically my argument. Now the thing is, the gym I usually go to upgraded their subscription. And as I dragged myself up the hill to get that gym, I get there and they tell me that the subscription has been upgraded. I have to pay more. I have to get a new one if I want to go there from now on. And I'm just like, well, okay, it is what it is. I'm not gonna go here this time. So I choose to not go to that gym that time and think about this subscription later on. And as I'm walking, I'm thinking, should I go to the old gym I was usually going to, which is like 1 kilometer away? Or should I go and try out a new gym that's a bit closer, but I've never been to it? It looks kind of interesting. And, I just got an instinct to go ahead and try that new gym out. Maybe I'm gonna encounter some nice people, make some new friends. It's gonna be nice and social, and I'm gonna see a new place as well. I was really hyped. I even forgot about being tired at that point. So as I'm walking there, just again struggling with the extreme heat of Romania in the summer, I get to that door and I notice there is a paper on the door. And the message wrote on the paper is something like, from the 3rd of July until the 12th of July, the gym is closed for renovations. At this point I get a bit annoyed and I pull my phone out. I see, okay, so it's the 13th of July. Alright, everything should be good. So I try to go inside the gym and guess what? People were working there. There were a lot of like Indian workers or something like that. And they told me, we're working here, brother, it's closed. And at this point, I'm really pissed. At this point, I'm really debating with myself, like, should I even try the third gym or should I just go home and call it a day? And again, as I was walking through the heat, all sweaty, I just told myself that, you know what, I'm already walking. I'm already all equipped. I'm already kinda in the gym mood, so I should just go to the gym and it is what it is. And that's exactly what I did. The third time was the charm, because the third gym I tried was a good one. But you see, things don't always go your way. And sometimes, despite the fact that you do want to do the good habits and, try to choose the things that are better for you, things just come in your way. things you can't predict, things you can do nothing about, and you just have to push harder if you really want the results. And as I finally returned from the gym, I encountered a guy that had a Great Dane dog, which is a fantastic breed. A really, really huge dog, like Scooby-Doo. I think it's the same breed as Scooby-Doo. And I just stopped him and made a bit of a small talk with him and talked about the dog. The dog was 70 kilos, and he said he had a dog of 100 kilos, which was insane to think about. Imagine that beast, 100 kilograms beast, just playing with you. You're probably gonna be bodied. But anyway, I met this guy, I had a really nice conversation. The rest of the day just felt a lot better, and I'm sure that if I chose to just stay home and lay in bed and rest, the rest of the day wouldn't have felt so good. And I would have, who knows, I would have probably ended up doom scrolling on Instagram or something like that. So a simple choice like this, which had quite a lot of friction behind it, turned the day around for me. I started feeling zestful again. I started enjoying the things I'm gonna do. I started enjoying the idea of going out more, of talking to people. I just got energized. And that's also the thing, oftentimes you do feel tired, you do feel like not doing a certain activity. And then if you give yourself a bit of an impulse, if you just take the aggressive decision to go ahead and do it, soon after you start doing that specific activity, you realize that it's not as bad. It's really not as bad as you previously thought. And if anything, you really start being hyped about it and happy. So you can't really listen to your instincts all the time. That's kind of like the TLDR of this story.